Get started.
We've all been hearing how the economy is crashing. And yeah, I knew it, but I get up, I go to work, I do my thing. But I traveled to a conference last night, and I gotta tell you, it was an eye opening experience in the airports. You think about big airports like Chicago or Grand Rapids, Michigan, um, they're usually just buzzing. And so I want to show you what I saw on my trip. And mind you, it wasn't an overnight thing, it was during the day, during the evening. It should have been a very busy time. Watch this. I have never seen the Chicago airport this empty before. And now here's Grand Rapids Airport. There are a few people meandering around, but it's pretty empty too.
I'm not complaining. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm in the Atlanta airport and it's empty. It's like no one in here. I'm shocked. Apparently, this is the busiest airport in the world. I believe that. I've been here 1,000 times. But today, it's not busy at all. So much negative space.
Chicago and Atlanta, two of the busiest airports in the world. A quick search will show you that in 2023, Atlanta ranked number one globally for passenger traffic. Chicago wasn't far behind, sitting somewhere between 6 and 8. That puts both airports in the top tier worldwide. So when something looks off, it matters. And in these two clips, something definitely looked off. The drop in incoming and outgoing passengers is impossible to ignore. When terminals at two of the busiest airports on the planet look half empty, something's not right. You can't spin that. You can't deny it. It's not just Canada pulling back from the US. The next two short clips are from flights coming in from the UK. And when you see them, it's clear something's off. These aren't normal travel patterns. It's bigger than just a Canadian boycott. It's a global boycott.
Where is your next destination?
To our viewers in the UK, well done. Watching planes head to the US half empty? That's not just satisfying, it's a message. And it says a lot about how the UK and much of the world really feels about the direction the US is heading. Just look at these numbers from Statistics Canada. Year over year, travel has been dropping, by car and by air. And it started when the orange guy opened his mouth about Canada being the 51st state, slapped on tariffs, and made crossing the border a bureaucratic pain in the ass. And the trend hasn't stopped. As long as Donald keeps talking, fewer people seem willing to visit. Now let's take a look at what that actually looks like. First-hand footage from airports across the border.
I mean, it's like 9:15 in the morning on a Friday. Who else has to fly for work? Is it just the airports I've been traveling in? I'm really starting to think that I'm the only person that flies. I mean, it's pretty darn empty. I'm leaving West Palm Beach right now, and I don't know, it's just not a lot of people here for sure. Look at this, all the seats are empty.
I love it!
What about this?
I love it more!
How about this?
I love it!
So why am I showing you these clips? And what do I actually think about them? What you just watched is visual proof that something's seriously off at US airports. These places used to be packed with travelers from all over the world. Now, they're starting to feel like ghost towns. International tourists aren't crossing into the US like they used to, and airlines and US businesses are starting to feel pain. Let's rewind to those videos showing rows of empty seats on incoming flights. Let's break it down. Say that flight was on a Boeing 777. On average, that plane seats around 396 people. If it's only 50% full, that's nearly 200 seats left empty. Now, assume each of those missing passengers would have spent a conservative $3,000 on airfare, hotels, meals, and daily spending. That's a low estimate, and I know many of you watching this right now spend a lot more than $3,000 on your vacation. But even with that, we're talking close to $600,000 in lost revenue from just one flight. Now imagine how many flights are arriving in the US at 50% capacity or being canceled outright. The economic hit adds up fast. Recent headlines back this up even further. Flight activity to the US is down, and airlines are now slashing prices in an attempt to fill empty seats. One headline even reported that some European carriers are freezing US routes altogether, redirecting flights to Canada, Mexico, Brazil, and the Caribbean instead. So what's the takeaway? You'll hear some people claim the tourism drop is minor, maybe 5%, maybe 40%, depends who you ask. But before you believe it, check the source. If it's that guy, yeah, you know the one, go ahead and toss whatever he says straight in the trash. Instead of chasing exact percentages, look at what's actually happening. Flight routes being cut, planes half empty, deep discounts, and US businesses, along with elected officials begging Canadians and international tourists to return. Those are the numbers that matter. That's it for today's video. If you found it useful, hit like and subscribe. It really helps get this message out to more viewers who actually give a damn. And to close things out, I'll leave you with two MAGA geniuses sharing their deep thoughts on tourism. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
Get a tourist visa.
Yeah, they do.
Like,
they
if we
do.
wanted to encourage tourism into the U.S., we could do it.
Yeah,
pretty
if they want
easily.
to. Keyword if they want to. You're right.
If they want to, sure.
Yeah,
there's tons of people from Asia who
yeah.
want to come to Hawaii,
Yeah.
they want to come wherever, and it's hard to get a visa, and it's also very expensive to come to this country.
Yeah.
Also, of course, like, we could survive without a ton of international tourism. I think the tourism industry in America, and I don't know this as a fact, but I think our tourism industry is more based on domestic tourism. Like,
It is, for sure.
During COVID, it was this weird petri dish experiment of like, let's freeze all international tourism, essentially. And remember, in the U.S., places were blowing up. Like, hotels were like blowing up, campgrounds. Like, there was a ton of, like, because everyone canceled their international trips.